Here I am with your weekly Tommy Robinson update video. Okay, it's been an interesting week. Each one, there's new conflicts, new problems, and new things going on. I guess the first thing I want to talk about is the demo they had last Saturday. I guess it was a pretty big deal, and I saw videos and they were talking about police brutality and different things going on. So there's definitely some betrayals and some problems they had with the police not being completely honest, which is to be expected in this day and age, especially where Tommy Robinson is concerned. But anyway, yeah, there were some pretty exciting videos that looked like a hot time in the old London town last Saturday. So they made their voices heard, and I hear there are lots more demonstrations planned for August 24th at various locations, static demonstrations that are going to pop up everywhere. So more than likely, even though you Tommy Robinson haters will be hearing, "Oh, Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson," at some places you go, since they're going to pop it up all over the place. I even saw the active UK Patriot shared a video of some of the Proud Boys in Minnesota singing the Tommy chant. So that's interesting. Well, hey, I'm not the only American who pays attention to Tommy's case. So that's nice. Nice to know. I see a few American comments peppered in there, but I would say there's a lot of Americans that need to know more about Tommy's case, and that's what my book is going to aim to remedy. So yes, so more demonstrations coming up on the 24th, and everyone just needs to watch, Richard Inman's channel or Danny Tomo's, and they'll find out what's going on there. Okay, and this week Ezra Levant went from Canada to England to visit Tommy and back to Canada again. So, my goodness, Ezra is a friend in need, a friend indeed. Because, how many people would take, flights from Canada to England and home again in like a day just to visit their friend in prison? There's not many. Not many at all. So, Ezra is a very good friend to Tommy. He's the kind of friend I'd want if I was in the problems that Tommy has. So, well, I'm glad to hear the report is good once again. The main problem was that he's not getting his mail. And as Ezra said, the prison staff and them, they're trying sneaky little things just to be nasty, obviously. And the mail thing is one of the issues. Well, he said it's illegal to hold a person's mail like that. And of course, they're giving excuses. Oh, it's terrorism, terrorism, terrorism. Terrorism from little old ladies that say, "Stand strong, Tommy." Yeah, right. The left wants to manufacture enemies while ignoring the real enemies because they're scared of the real enemies. So bottom line is, I say, if they're scared, abdicate. Leave. And let someone who's not scared take over. Someone like Tommy or Anne-Marie Waters, they're not scared. They will get the job done. So, well, I said, that's not going to discourage me, though. I'm still writing Tommy religiously. Each week I send him a card with Christian literature in it because I'm working on him. He needs to find Jesus, and just like the rest of you. And I said, even if he's not getting his mail right away, I figure they'll probably give it to him eventually, maybe when he leaves. When he leaves, they'll send a truck of the mail with him. But I said, for right now, I think they're doing it just to try to demoralize and discourage him and not let him know all the support that there is for his cause. They just want him to be depressed in prison. So, like I said, eventually I'm sure his mail will turn up, probably when he goes home. Then he'll get his mail from all these weeks. But just the same, the way I figure, if someone's got to read my letters to Tommy, they're going to see the Bible verses, and they're going to see the Christian literature. And so maybe we'll get some of those prison guards saved. Evangelism. That's what we need. That's how to make Britain great again. Evangelism. On Amazon, I got these tracts. There's one, Chuck Colson. We used to listen to him when I was a kid. But he had a prison ministry, so it's apropos for the prison situation here. I got these little itty bitty Bibles on Amazon. They have all different colors. I got a few of these. This is supposed to be navy. It looks kind of black. Anyhow, it is like a verse from each book in the Bible that goes through. Each book in the Bible has a verse. Something like that. So, I'm sending that out this week. Something each week, you know. I got the Armor of God next week. And Christianity, Cults, and Religions. That'll be a good one. Then finally, the Fruit of the Spirit. That's, you know, milder than the cults and the armor and everything. But, so the bottom line is, Christian literature is going in. Somebody's getting it. Somebody's reading it. I'm hoping it'll be Tommy eventually. But even if it's prison guards, all is not lost because the prison guards need saved too. There's a story, a preacher from the Gideon Bible Company told when he was at one of our churches last year. He said there was, during World War II, there was a Nazi prison camp. And some guard, you know, the guards were using Bibles pages from the Bible for toilet paper in the outhouse. And this one guy who was a prisoner of war, his job was to clean up the outhouse. And he came upon these pages from the Bible, and he saved some of them, cleaned them off, he read them, got saved. So you see, the heathen can even use the Bible for toilet paper, and God's still going to use the power of his word to save souls. So it won't return void no matter what. Anyway, so that's the thing. I said hopefully Tommy will get his mail eventually. Now, as to my book. Yes, my book. It is designed, it's not designed to be a huge, you know, massive 6-volume thing. I'm going to try to keep it as concise as possible. Try to keep it concise and easy to understand. Just bullet points. I have a list of about 25 chapters with a whole bunch of subheadings. I'm going to try to keep this simple. Try to keep it simple because the main point of this book is to help raise awareness for Tommy's cause. Raise awareness, and I'm also going to discuss the other freedom fighters that I've become aware of since I've been following Tommy in his freedom fighting. And like I said, it's sort of going to all encompass the situation and what's going on right now with the issues of we're trying to get back our freedom and everything. So it's going to be an exciting, interesting book. And I said mostly it's for people who don't know as much about the case as those of us who follow him constantly. But I've got hours of video footage to watch. I've been downloading his videos since the beginning of this year, last year even. So I've downloaded all those. I've saved them. I'm going to be watching them again and take notes for the book. And the book is going to be out, I'm going to say November 1st, the latest. We might do a pre-order. Like I said, I haven't set up a pre-order yet before, so we'll see how that goes. But by November 1st, that's going to be our official launch date. Okay, yes, and if any of you out there are doubting Thomas's and saying, oh, I don't think she'll do it. Well, I've done a couple little books, but I did this one last year, all by myself. It is pretty big. This is a family history book. It's pretty big. It is over, my great-grandmother on the cover in the apple orchard. It is about, it's 260-page book, full color. I self-published it, Amazon. And obviously, so I'm taking this minute to brag a little, show off my skills with the Photoshop and everything. And there is a lot of pictures, and all these pictures are, it's a lot of work. So, if you don't think I'm going to get Tommy's book written by November 1st, here's this 260-page book full color, that I published last year. So, a book full of words, just words, is going to be a lot easier to publish. So have faith. We will have the book out. And whenever I get it out, I'm going to hit all the publishing places that I can. I'm going to go through, Amazon, and as long as it's still up there, his book's still up there, and I'm going to go through Draft Digital. I'm going to sign up and host my own files, and to sell downloads in case I need to. So there's going to be a lot of options coming up. And like I said, another reason I want to keep it not too big is because I want it to be something that won't be too expensive to print, so then people can, like, you know, those of us who are fans of Tommy can buy like a bunch of copies and pass them out to people we know. Like, hey, you guys like biographies? Read the story of Tommy Robinson. Here to find out what's going on that the news media is not telling you. Okay? So, like I said, I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it not too expensive. So it's not going to be 260 pages. At least it's not going to be a large book like that. It's going to be smaller, and we'll try to get it so it'll be inexpensive to buy. Okay, so now I will go ahead and show you screenshots of the topics I'm going to cover, and even the Tommy haters. I'm going to include some of the things that you say about him, even though I consider them lies and fake stuff. You know, people got to know what the left is saying so we can combat it and debunk it. So I will leave in all the insults and all the nasty things they say, too. And then I will read you a few excerpts. And okay, so we're on our way to getting the book done. We're on our way. Alrighty. So we're going to keep fighting the good fight, and Ezra said he's going to be visiting Tommy again, maybe 2 more times, and I've got enough cards to last him for next about 4 weeks anyway, so, and alright. Thank you for watching. We'll keep fighting the good fight. Let freedom ring. The extreme hatred and vitriol the far left and the mainstream media hurl at Tommy Robinson only serves to expose their prejudice and strengthens the belief of his supporters that he is indeed being targeted. The left claims that he is a thug and a criminal and not worth bothering about. But if his work is so ineffective and inconsequential, why are the fires of their wrath burning so hotly? Why are they desperate to silence him? Surely anyone raising awareness for child sex abuse should be welcomed and encouraged by a civilized society. This hints at the greater rot beneath the pretty veneer of society. Politicians and the mainstream media have interests in keeping crime quiet and appeasing their voter base. Anyone sounding the alarm is rocking the boat and jeopardizing political careers, and we cannot have that. It is an atrocity when political power comes before morality, decency, honesty, law, order, and common sense. The UK has lost its way, and it will take the efforts of all its international allies to restore freedom and equality. Most people are afraid of many things, especially death. There is something immortal and godlike about a person who can stare the devil and death in the face and defy them. It takes an extraordinary individual to do that, and that's what makes Tommy Robinson an international hero. Many political activists throughout history have been successfully murdered by their enemies, and their stories have never been told. By keeping the story of Tommy Robinson alive around the globe, we are buying him time. Don't think for a minute that the UK government and the Muslims would hesitate to kill Tommy if they thought they could get away with it. They might have done it in the summer of 2018 if the story of his imprisonment had not gained national attention, and even reached President Trump. We, the people who protested all over the world, surely saved Tommy Robinson's life. But we cannot forget about him. The authorities are only waiting for a more convenient time to put him out of the way. As long as the outside world is watching, Tommy's enemies will be forced to retreat. In an effort to whitewash their image, the Muslims and the UK government are switching their outright threats of violence to legal procedures, likely planning a barrage of petty lawsuits to try to break him. The elitists are running out of tactics. We average people are inspired by such courage and aspire to be better because of it. The world needs more courage, more defenders of the weak, more defenders of freedom, and more defenders of law and order.